Alright, Affliction, guys.
Something moves in the mists. Something sinister. Thorn. Rot. Plague. And claw. The affliction spreads. It hungers for more. Tread lightly in the wildwood, which shifts and fights. Accept our help.
Wait, what? Warlock? Whoa. Wait, are these new ascendancies?
Beware.
Oh my gosh, this is exciting.
Yearn for freedom. And the heart of evil that waits in the dark.
Wildwood ascendancies? Oh. Transfigured gems. So ultimatum?
Ready
Oh,
yourself.
yes!
I will be waiting.
Some new boss too. Ooh. Alright, that's a pretty sick trailer, but we got more content. Alright, so far it's looking really good. And December 8th is the start date. Dang, that's soon, man. That is really soon. Next week? Ooh, I'm super excited about it. But like I said, there's still more gameplay. They're going to be showing off like a 20-minute plus
In the
here.
Affliction League, you will encounter sacred wisps, which beckon you to enter overgrown passageways that lead to the Viridian Wildwood.
Look at that giant meat cleaver.
A vile affliction has covered this forest with a foreboding darkness. You'll need to uncover the forest mysteries to put a stop to the source of the affliction. As you approach the darkness, the wisps burn away its affliction. Make sure you tread carefully, because they only have a limited amount of power. But be warned, the darkness is full of cursed monsters that emerge to kill you.
Yes, some light radius. Alright.
As you explore, you might see other types of wisps trapped inside the darkness. The Wildwood is trying to guide you towards clues about its affliction. Follow the trails of wisps by collecting them, and you may uncover many different secrets. New characters to find, shrines, boss battles, and all kinds of new encounters are lurking in the forest just waiting for you to discover them. There are many rewards to earn for those brave enough to seek them. When the sacred wisps run out of energy, they will return you back to where you came from.
So is it some sort of
Any other
currency?
types of wisps you have collected will return with you to Rayclast. These wisps, having been saved from the affliction, disperse into the environment and inhabit randomly chosen monsters in the area, increasing their power and also their rewards. The different types of wisps have different effects on monsters, and sometimes more than one type will inhabit a single monster, making the fight even harder and even more rewarding.
But it's random, right?
If this happens to a boss, you could be in for a tough fight, but if you can overcome it, your efforts will not be in vain.
Alright, so maybe a good boss.
Primal wisps grant an item rarity bonus to inhabited monsters. Wild wisps grant an item quantity bonus, and vivid wisps cause them to drop currency items. If a monster gets all three types, they'll drop more items of a higher rarity and a lot of currency. While exploring the Wildwood, you might find some of the last few Asmeri wanderers who have managed to survive in the forest since it was cursed. Each of them have different survival specializations, and they are willing to teach you if you agree to help them defeat the source of the affliction, the King in the Mists. Choose which of the Asmeri that you will complete quests for to unlock one of 3 new Ascendancy classes, which you can have in addition to your regular Ascendancy class.
Oh, so it's an additional Ascendancy?
Up to 8 points for these classes are unlocked as you complete more quests for the Asmeri you are training under. The Warden of Eves can teach you to become a Warden of the Magi, a powerful class that takes advantage of wilderness knowledge.
So you have 2 Ascendancies.
Magi can learn to use tinctures which coat their weapon, granting various powerful effects. You can equip tinctures in your flask slots and toggle them on and off at will.
Alright, hold on. I got it. I gotta reread what it said. Okay. Oh, damn.
Toggle them on and off at will.
Okay. So, damaging hits with stun. Damaging hits always stun enemies that are on full life. Okay, so that's a pretty good one. So, it says hits inflict 5 withered debuffs for 2 seconds on enemies that are on full life. Hits steal frenzy charges unmodifiable. So, does that mean that you just get this, like, at all times, or is it a flask I have to pop? Because it doesn't say like flash charges. It says right click to apply this to your weapons. Only one tincture can be applied to your weapons at a time. Requires the coated blade passive to be allocated on the Warden of the Magi passive skill tree to use this item. So from my assumption, I'm just assuming that you can apply one, but it's permanent. This could be really cool. I wonder what happens if you run this with like Mage Blood. Does it like, it says only one can be applied per time. So I'm guessing it's kind of like maybe pointless at this point. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe it'll explain it.
You can only have one enabled at a time.
Yeah, okay.
But the effects are quite conditional. So you may want to have more than one equipped and swap between them during
okay. But it still uses up a flask slot.
For example, equip the Ironwood Tincture to gain the benefit of always stunning enemies on full life.
Okay.
Tinctures can also get random mods. This one in particular adds stacks of wither to targets on full life and steals frenzy charges on hit, which makes it great as an initiator. When you are fighting rare monsters or finishing off tough bosses, you will want to swap to the Oak Branch Tincture, which grants Culling Strike, increased damage against enemies on low life, and has a chance to steal a mod from rare enemies you kill.
Wait, what?
You can
hold on. It says killing blows. Okay. Oh, killing blows against rare monsters have an 11% chance. Oh, okay. So there's where it becomes not as awesome as like a headhunter. Right?
You kill.
Still cool though.
You can buy more tinctures from the Warden of Eves.
Okay. So what do these cost? Okay. So it doesn't matter. My face is blocking. It's just the icon over here. What a G, man. The guy's subbing. I'm not even streaming. But thank you. Shout outs to Dan over there. But over here, it's hit steal the power charges in cover in ash. So it costs primal wisp. So when you're in these new areas, those act as currency, and they also apply the mods to the enemies over here. I'm checking out this guy's equipment over. See if I see any new uniques.
Using primal wisps when you find her in the forest. So keep an eye out for her.
Okay, one of them just gives you onslaught.
As a Warden of the Magi gains more ascendancy points,
I want to see these nodes.
Skills that let them further specialize in tinctures. For example, Nature's Concoction allows you to invest in having your tinctures enhance your flasks. This ascendancy skill makes it important to think about which slots your tinctures are placed in,
nice,
and what flasks they are adjacent to. You will have better uptime on those flasks, and they'll be stronger as a result.
Cool.
But there are plenty more skills to choose, even if you don't want to engage with tinctures. For example, another new ability to unlock is blood.
Okay, so my other question is a tincture considered a flask? Because there's certain things where it's like your flasks have like increased effect if you have like only one equipped. Now, does that count as an equipped slot or not? I don't know. But I'm just thinking about theory crafting here. All right, what's this?
It's a reservation skill that causes bark to grow all over your body, increasing armor. As you take damage, the bark falls off, increasing your evasion. Over time, the bark will grow back, removing the evasion bonus but increasing your armor again. The Breaker of Oaths can teach you to become a Warlock of the Mists, an ascendancy class specializing in the darker arts of the Izmeri. One powerful ability you can choose is Blood Hunt, which grants an active skill called Ravenous. This skill lets you see what type a monster is under its life bar, whether it is a demon, beast, undead, construct, or humanoid.
Okay.
Consuming a corpse with this skill gives a buff to damage against that type of monster, and reduces damage taken by it. You can only have one type active at a time, so it's a good idea to choose wisely for the area that you are in. Some bosses like the Maven are eldritch in nature and don't conform to the regular corpses that you have access to, but don't worry. The Breaker of Oaths has a shop where you can trade wild wisps for corpses that you can place on the ground wherever you are. Buy an Eldritch Corpse and you will be able to get the bonus while fighting Eldritch entities like the Maven.
Oh, okay.
You may notice that most of the corpses he sells are not monsters you normally encounter.
Okay. Because you could just get those normally.
You might want to try turning some of these corpses into specters, to take advantage of some of the unique abilities that these monsters have.
Yo, that's gonna be amazing for minions. Oh my.
The Warlock of the Mists gets access to many other abilities.
That's pretty cool.
For example, there is a trio of curses that you can pick from.
I might roll minions, man. That seems pretty cool. We can like resummon multiple guardians.
Giving them life degen and making them explode for massive damage when they are near death. One of them prevents enemies from dealing damage for the latter portion of its duration, which is quite powerful against bosses. This curse creates the interesting build decision of whether or not you should increase curse duration or reduce it. The final curse is a mark that causes enemy phantasms to be spawned when you hit the marked enemy. These phantasms aren't on your side, so they work well with on-hit and on-kill trigger effects, for example.
Oh, what?
The Primal Huntress can teach you to become a
There's
wildwood
some soul tether.
Unlike
this could
the other
be interesting
ascendancies,
for
the Primal
bosses.
Huntress lets you customize your tree.
Customized tree. I don't know what this means.
You do this with charms that you can buy from the Primal Huntress for
Wait,
vivid
charms
lusts.
like in Diablo? Hold on, but we gotta pause this.
Charms
Oh, hold on.
have randomly generated
Okay, so it says 30% chance to gain onslaught 4 seconds. Kill plus. Okay.
mods, which give stats from regular ascendancy classes, allowing you to create your own hybrid ascendancy class. Charms are magic items that are aligned with different attributes. So for example, this Ursine charm is strength aligned and has gotten the melee hits have a chance to fortify stat from the champion, and the ability to stop your movement speed going below base from the Juggernaut.
Nah, that's pretty
This
damn good.
interline Corvine charm lets you get the stat that makes your consecrated ground effects linger from the Inquisitor, and the effect that makes cursed enemies explode from the Occultist. Some of the combination of mods that you might find for sale on charms can be extremely powerful, so keep a lookout for the Primal Huntress's shop even if you are not playing as a Primalist. As a Primalist, you also get access to a few other interesting
what did I
abilities.
say? Wait, wait. Dang, where's the give me a second. I gotta
As
go
a
back and
Primalist,
check.
you also-
Alright, so you requires attempt to shake extra items from corpses. You could be like a, what is it, like D2, item find barbarian, right? Your requires open up chests. Okay.
Get access to a few other interesting abilities. Use war cries next to corpses and they have a chance to drop an extra item.
Oh my,
It opens nearby chests too.
like that'd be pretty good for bosses,
Primalist
right?
also gets access to a small extra backpack.
Like, it's like
just
looting
in case you find
things
yourself
twice.
needing to cart more items to town during your map runs.
That actually might be good. Wait, additional stash? Wait, is this
If you
one
are
of the...
unhappy with the class you picked, or
powers?
you just happen to find a
You can
really
swap?
great item for another one of the classes, you are able to change which class you
Oh,
are using next
awesome.
time you find
You'd have
one
to
of the
spend
Esmeri
regrets?
Wanderers.
You just have to find him again? Okay.
Just remember that you will have to do their quests in order to gain the ascendancy points for that class.
Oh, okay.
These quests will lead you towards the ultimate goal of the Esmeri: finding the King in the Mists, defeating him, and cleansing the forest of its affliction once and for all. There are new uniques to find, rewards to claim, and new ascendancy classes to master in the Affliction League. Now that we've covered what's in the league,
Oh, I'm so
let's talk
excited about
some of the
Ultimatum,
changes
man.
You can expect
So
to the core
excited.
game in 3.23.
Yes.
For a start, Ultimatum is finally going core. When talking to players at ExileCon, it was the #1 feature that people requested. When playing through in-game maps, you may sometimes encounter the Trial Master,
Oh, so only
who
the
offers you a
endgame,
choice to
okay.
undertake a
It's
deadly
fine.
Val trial in exchange for great rewards. If you defeat the trial, he offers to go double or nothing with you. Do you take the risk and go for an even better reward, or do you take the winnings you have already earned off the table and go home? We've done a full rebalance of Ultimatum and have added many new mods and rewards, including both new and reworked
Okay,
uniques.
hold on. I'll move my face out of the way for this one. All right, so we got these two new uniques. Okay, so we have a ring, gives you some Chaos Fire, crit multi, armor, evasion, energy shield. That's so many stats. Jeez, look at all those stats. And then we got 10 all ally res, increased attack and cast speed. Maximum quantity is 200. And then we got some boots. It gives us extra dex, armor and evasion, some lightning res. When hit, gain a random movement speed modifier from 40% reduced to 100% increase until hit again. I'm wondering how that can be used. Maybe if you were to use this in like Sanctum, you go outside, get hit, then you go enter, and then you would just have 100% increased movement speed. It could be interesting. I like just interesting things.
The base number of rounds for an Ultimatum trial is now always 10, with a chance to spawn the Trial Master boss fight on the 10th round, if you are able to make it that far. As part of 3.23, we have also removed Metamorph from the game. All the Catalyst rewards from Metamorph have now been moved to be rewards for Ultimatum.
Okay.
We have also added a new Val-themed Catalyst that works on corrupted items.
Oh, nice.
As is normal for most content that gets added to endgame, we have introduced new Ultimatum passive skills
Okay,
to the
we're
Atlas.
definitely going Ultimatum and maybe Minions, because
One great
the Spectre
example
thing
is the
seems too
Keystone
cool.
Grueling Gauntlet. It makes Ultimatums last 3 extra rounds, but you cannot choose the modifiers, and it
Oh.
prevents the final Trial Master boss fight from spawning.
Oh, that's fine.
The level of challenge becomes extreme during the last 3 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
And not being able to choose the modifiers makes it even harder.
That's true.
The rewards are insane, and for those with very high-end characters, it might be a bet worth making. There are lots of other Atlas passive skills you can pick from for Ultimatum, so choose wisely.
Triple divines.
Now,
Oh,
it's time
that's
to talk
exciting.
About one of the largest metagame changes we've ever made. There were 3 systems in Path of Exile that were all trying to subtly modify the behavior of skills. These were alternate quality gems, Labyrinth Helmet enchants, and unique threshold jewels. We've combined all of these together to create a new system called Transfigured Gems that allows us to fully achieve the goal of these 3 systems and then some. Transfigured Gems are alternative versions of existing skill gems that have different functionality and balance from their regular versions. We have added a huge number of these with interesting variations that drastically change how existing skills play. For example, Frostbomb of Instability. It changes it from a cooldown skill that you can cast occasionally for a large explosion into a skill that you can cast continuously but deals less damage and doesn't apply cold exposure. It changes the role of Frostbomb from a utility skill into a main damaging skill. Another example is Detonate Dead of Scavenging. You can't use it on corpses that were created by Desecrate or Unearth, but in exchange it does a whole lot more damage. You won't be able to use it as your main reliable source of damage, but it's a great skill to use as a 4-link utility to get some extreme burst damage. Raise Zombie of Falling. Instead of raising a zombie from a corpse, you summon them from mid-air. They fall to their death, dealing AoE damage where they land. While this sounds like a physical damage version of Firestorm, you should consider that it scales with minion damage and also triggers on-death minion effects.
Oh,
Blight of Contagion.
it's kind of cool.
This version of Blight is now spread by Contagion, so you can use it as part of your Essence Drain build. We have a huge number of these. Transfigure Firestorm into Firestorm of Meteors, Transfigure Blade Trap into Blade Trap of Greatswords, Transfigure Barrage into Barrage of Volley Fire, and so on. There is a lot to experiment with, and we look forward to seeing what builds you can come up with.
After I saw the
How do
race
you get
spectre of
Transfigured
like
gems? The
Hydra,
Divine Font at the end of the Eternal Labyrinth has
It's
been
hard
changed
to
to a gem
compete
crafting
with that.
device that can modify your skill and support gems in a lot of new ways.
hold on, let's see what we've got. Transform our skill gem to be a transfigured gem of the same color. We have random transfigured version. Sacrifice a gem for 30% of the gem's total experience stored as your own experience. You can sacrifice a gem for treasure keys. Oh, wait, so like either way, you always get more treasure keys. Like just throw in a whatever gem. That's cool.
One of the options you can now choose is to turn a skill gem into one of 3 transfigured gems. But that isn't all the Divine Font can do. It has a lot of other gem crafting options you can use.
Is that arc something?
For example, you can add quality to gems, add experience to gems, sacrifice a gem for 1 or more treasure keys to open Azara's chests, and you can even exchange support gems for exceptional support gems like Empower or Enlighten. These are just some of the options you'll find the Divine Font is now capable of.
That's pretty cool.
In order to replace the rewards in Heist that previously gave alternate quality gems, we have done a rebalance of the rewards of Heist as well. Experimented base types have been rebalanced, new replica uniques have been added and old ones changed, and we have increased the amount of currency from display cases as well. On top of this, we have gone through and buffed the quality stats on most damage dealing skills. In most cases, they will be
Nice tornado
significantly
shot,
more
cool.
powerful than before, and also more interesting. Overall, this is one of the largest metagame shifts that we've ever done. There are so many crazy new skill combinations to plan around, so we expect to see some really interesting new builds. Next up, I'd like to hand back over to Chris to talk about the new supporter packs.
At this point, we'd usually talk about the League supporter packs. We're doing things a bit differently this year. Rather than releasing League supporter packs today and then our annual core packs 2 weeks later, we have combined it all together into a strong set of core supporter packs that will be released alongside Path of Exile Affliction next week. The series contains 5 packs, each with its full value in points and a collection of exclusive cosmetic microtransactions. The higher packs contain physical merchandise. We'll unveil the full details of each of the packs at release next week, but in the meantime, here's a sneak peek of some of their exclusive cosmetic microtransactions.
Okay, let's check
These packs
out.
will be available for purchase when Path of Exile Affliction launches on the 8th of December. Thank you so much for your ongoing support.
That's a pretty cool animation.
We're just about to start the Q&A with Ziggy D. Afterwards, we'll post Path of Exile Affliction's full patch notes.
Oh, is that they're not even
With the
showing it?
release at the end of next week, our community team will be posting crucial information you'll need for Affliction's release. Keep an eye on the news.
Oh, it's
on
just like
release
a
weekend, we
sneak
expect to
peek.
launch the new mystery box and this season Kerrick's Vault Pass.
Ah, okay.
Thanks for joining us today.
All right, so wrapping my thoughts around what was shown off. Dude, this is so exciting. The triple new ascendancies, and you get to select 2 ascendancies. That was mind-blowing. Did not expect that. I wish we get to see some more new uniques because I want to try to make my build around it. But obviously with the patch notes, we'll go ahead and maybe make a dedicated video if I feel like that there is a necessary need for it. But if it's just a bunch of like numerical changes, I don't know if we'll make a dedicated video. But nonetheless, I'm excited about this league. There's a lot of content here, and I want to say that there probably is going to be a newer boss. And that's one thing that I always look forward to when a new league comes out. I want some sort of new boss, some sort of new challenge. And with Ultimatum coming out back into the game, as long as the rewards are good, they showed triple divines, which, yeah, that's pretty good. But what I'm thinking about as far as like the league mechanic goes, so how it works is I want to find this earlier on, or do I want to kill everything except for the boss, then go back into the hole? So when it applies these bonus mods, extra item, quant, rarity, whatever, I just go ahead and do that after, similar to before how people used to farm some of the different endgame mechanics with the what was it, like the Eldritch currency stuff. Like you would kill everything but the boss, or some of the strategies was kill the boss first so you can't roll it on there. So yeah, this will be a pretty good strategy maybe for like some fast clears. Again, my assumption is that you would kill everything, all the small stuff, then you go into the area, and then it only applies to the boss because there's no other targets, and you know, there's a divine orb right there. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff where they're just showing off divines to make it exciting, and that kind of makes sense, but we'll see how rare it is. But yeah, as far as what I plan to play, I'm going to have to read the notes. What do you guys plan to play so far? Just off of looking at this, I mean, there's no question. I'm going to build something with minions and specters, because there's like the rain zombies from the sky, and there is the fact that, like, if I ran specters, right, could I just get a specter of, like, all of the guardians? Could I get a revived shaper? Like, this would be crazy levels of power. And we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it's going to be, you know, there's, like, some sort of limitation on, like, the power level that it's going to be able to give you. But I'm really looking forward to this league. If you guys want to see gameplay of it, when it does come out, I'll be dropping it. Like I said, let me know your thoughts on anything down below. But I'm super excited for this league. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.